Good morning, everybody. I'm joined today with my General Counsel, Kay Diaz, our Assistant Controller for Policy, David Saltonstall, and Deputy Director for Policy, Andrew Kalick. Thank them for working on our ClaimStat report. Today, I am releasing troubling new data that illustrates the escalating crisis on Rikers Island. This ClaimStat alert reveals that personal injury claims continue to skyrocket at correctional facilities, while the cost to settle claims is rising even faster. We have a humanitarian crisis on our hands at Rikers that is hurting both inmates and correction officers, and we have an obligation as a city to confront suffering and violence in our jails. 18 months ago, we published an alert that detailed the soaring costs and cost of claims on Rikers and at other city jails. We had hoped that the alert would serve as a wake-up call for the Department of Correction. Unfortunately, today, we are once again looking at a record number of claims, 2,846 new claims in fiscal year 2015 alone. You can see that upward trend line in the first chart here with the most recent year in orange. That's a 27% increase from the prior year, which set the previous record. Unfortunately, there is no evidence that this problem is getting better. Preliminary numbers from fiscal year 2016 through last week shows that the problem's getting even worse, with 39% more claims filed than during the same period last year. This continues a disturbing trend. Since 2009, claims in our jail facilities have shot up 172%. When we break down the claims by facility, it's clear that certain jails face greater challenges than others. As we can see in the next chart, the Anna M. Cross Center, home to a methadone clinic and a mental health center, continues to be a hotbed of problems. That's the red line on this chart showing that nearly 600 new claims filed last year, 59% higher than the previous year. Several other facilities saw claims double or increase even more. North Infirmary Command, up 170%. Vernon C. Bain, up 128%. Eric M. Taylor Center, up 110%. The Rose M. Singer facility, the women's jail on Rikers, is the only facility that witnessed a decrease in claims between 2014 and 2015. Now, as my office has previously shown, this failure to rein in claims come at the same time as the cost per inmate at Rikers has risen to more than $112,000 a year. That's up 17% from the previous year. We are spending more taxpayer dollars only to see a rise in incidents that lead to claims. And some of those claims lead to settlements that truly create a huge cost burden to our city. New data that I'm releasing today shows that in 2015, New York City spent $13.1 million on settlements and claims from correctional facility claims. $13.1 million. That's 66 more than in 2014, when we spent $7.9 million. These numbers illustrate the continued struggle to bring the outdated facilities on Rikers into a state of good repair and to reform a broken system. We need to start planning for the day when the jail can be safely and responsibly closed once and for all, as I first said last November. But in the meantime, the Department of Corrections must use every tool at its disposal to implement the Nunez Agreement to reform Rikers now. That's why it's time for the DOC to step up and work with our office on a ClaimStat partnership to help reduce claims and remove the conditions that put inmates and officers at risk. A joint effort will allow DOC to leverage our data in real time to identify problem areas and reduce claims through ongoing reforms. Now, the NYPD set an example when they initiated a partnership with my office to utilize claim data for crime data. Now, the Comptroller's office sends NYPD claim data as soon as we receive it, so that precinct commanders can identify legal hotspots quickly and take action to correct them. That is the promise of ClaimStat, By improving data sharing and risk management, we can protect citizens and drive down taxpayer costs at the same time. This should be a standard, not the exception. I do not, and we should not accept that these trends are inevitable. Our city deserves a criminal justice system that is fair and functional, and that includes operating jails that are humane and live up to our reputation as a city that treats all people with dignity and respect. My office stands ready and willing to engage the Department of Corrections and any other city agency that recognizes how data-driven analytics can keep our city safe.